Quote, the way that you build a truly vicious nationalist movement is to wed a relatively small core of belligerent idiots to a much larger group of opportunists and spineless fellow travelers whose primary function is to turn a blind eye to things. We may not have that many outright Nazis in America, but we have plenty of cowards and bootlickers.
Melania the movie seems to have disappeared, but Melania the lawsuit is not going away. In fact, we are now waiting for the first major decision in federal court. Melania Trump's lawyers have moved to dismiss my lawsuit on the grounds that their $1 billion threat against me was somehow less than serious.
Mike Johnson and him fired now. They don't even want to wait until the midterms, but as these MAGA Republicans look toward the midterms, they're telling reporters that they want to lose. They don't want to be in the majority because being led by MAGA Mike Johnson and Donald Trump is so chaotic and is so harmful to them personally that they prefer to be in the minority because they simply can't lead. And the chaos that continues to unfold is just too much for them. And they're going to reporters on the Hill, these MAGA Republicans, and telling them that. So what is MAGA Mike Johnson doing in response? Well, he has now shut down the House of Representatives again. That's right, MAGA Mike Johnson has sent the House of Representatives into yet another recess, sending everybody on vacation back to their home districts through May 11th. This Congress does not work except to inflict pain on the American people. Let me just show you the moment on the House floor yesterday where MAGA Mike Johnson sends a note to the House clerk calling a recess and sending everybody home until May 11th. Let's play this clip.
The Speaker's Rooms, Washington, D.C., April 30th, 2026. I hereby designate the period from Thursday, April 30th, 2026, through Monday, May 11th, 2026, as a district work period under Clause 13 of Rule 1. Signed sincerely, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Pursuant to Clause 13 of Rule 1, the House stands adjourned until 10:30 a.m. on Monday next.
Now, the latest report from Notice is called Mike Johnson's Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Week. And it talks about how these MAGA Republican Congress members who are part of MAGA Mike Johnson's party, they want him gone. They're done with this. This is what they're reporting. House Republicans are absolutely miserable, and they lay the blame at the feet of Speaker Mike Johnson. This chaos of a slim majority has some wishing for the minority. If we were to lose the majority now, it would be a blessing in disguise, one House Republican said of the party's dwindling ranks, with more members eyeing the exits each day, because maybe then Democrats would go off the rails and do something stupid, and maybe voters would actually give us another chance in November 2028. And a lot of the conference believes Johnson is leading them towards more chaos. This is what happens when you have a leadership who can't organize a one-car parade. One senior Republican told this media outlet called Notice. MAGA Republican Congressmember Chip Roy went on the record and said, right now, it is a shit show. And then another MAGA Republican Congress member said the following: we are F-U-C, you know what the word is, we are effed right now. So I want to show you the moment right before MAGA Mike Johnson sent the House of Representatives into recess, where MAGA Republican Congress member Chip Roy basically said, why are we going home? You want to send us into another vacation, and the Senate wants to go on vacation, and ultimately we are screwing our constituents right now. And this MAGA Republican Congress member basically lays into MAGA Mike Johnson and the entire Congress being led by the MAGA Republicans, and basically says this Congress led by MAGA Mike Johnson is completely and utterly worthless. Here, play this clip.
The reason I asked for the gentleman to yield to me is precisely the response we just heard. You know what really the problem is? People want to get home to fundraisers. People want to get home to dinners. People want to go back to their districts and go on trips. They have Codels. Meanwhile, the American people are wondering what on earth is happening in this town.
The gentleman will suspend. House will be in order. Gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Speaker. The American people are wondering what on earth is happening when they look at this body and see what we failed to do. We're continuing every single day to drive this entire country into bankruptcy. $40 trillion. Government spying on the people. Failure to stop government spying on the people. Kill switches in cars. Failure to stop sugar drinks going to children on the SNAP program voted by both sides of the aisle. And we go home and the American people say, what are you doing? Well, here we sit. And the response here is, please let us get on our flights so we can go home. Be away for 10 days while this country suffers because this body doesn't do its job.
And we'll never fire somebody for just doing their job.
And when it comes to the FBI, which takes a lot of criticism, especially because of what happened over the past several years, Director Patel has cleaned house there too. There isn't a single man or woman with a gun, federal agent, still in that organization that had anything to do with the prosecution of President Trump.
There's been
starts with the letters IRA that we're currently failing, that is going to put us trillions and trillions of dollars more in debt. I was only a few years old while you were in the administration defending prior endless wars. Now this war is failing.
8 weeks is endless to you?
Okay, you said it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks.
You have the attention span of a gnat?
Homie, I debated you on TV 4 to 6 weeks ago when you said we were weeks away from it. Now you're making condescending remarks because you can't defend the fact that this war is not going your way. Wait, one more time.
Not going.
Name one political concession. Name one political concession.
Honestly, I'm not going to have this guy.
Everybody, hang tight, okay? No, everybody calm down, okay? We're having a debate. You can respond to the points that he's making.
Can you name a political concession that we've got?
We are flashback to the...
Scott Jennings is a joke. He's a joke. This is a very low IQ individual we're dealing with who lost his temper just now to a person half his age because Jennings has been exposed time and time again for being for endless wars and for the Epstein class. He should never be on live TV again, period.
Watch this clip, guys. My students were poor, and they often came to class without breakfast, hungry. And they knew, even in their youth, the pain of prejudice. They never seemed to know why people disliked them. But they knew it was so, because I saw it in their eyes. I often walked home late in the afternoon after the classes were finished, wishing there was more that I could do. But all I knew was to teach them the little that I knew, hoping that it might help them against the hardships that lay ahead. And somehow you never forget what poverty and hatred can do when you see its scars on the hopeful face of a young child. I never thought then, in 1928, that I would be standing here in 1965. It never even occurred to me in my fondest dreams that I might have the chance to help the sons and daughters of those students and to help people like them all over this country. But now I do have that chance. And I'll let you in on a secret. I mean to use it.